Hello my friends, and welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a super impromptu grocery haul slash how to store your produce sustainably. So here we are in my kitchen, and I am just going to kind of take you guys through what I got on my grocery trip today. And most importantly, I want to show you guys my new process of storing our produce. So before I put everything up, I always like to take everything out of the bags and just kind of look over what I have, and it helps me just be more organized. That's definitely a tool that I use to keep things organized and good here. So I've just taken everything out of the bags, and I kind of like to organize everything just to look over everything that I bought and make sure I didn't miss anything, and just kind of get it in my head, okay, how am I going to store all of this stuff? So really quickly, I'm going to go ahead and put up all of the frozen stuff that I have right here. I just got some veggie burgers, veggie patties, got some frozen corn that I'm going to be using later this week. And then we always need like a simple, easy dinner to do, so I went ahead and got a gluten-free pizza. Most of the things that are in containers, I leave in the containers, except for these produce that are in plastic containers. Fun fact, produce is not like plastic. They're kept in the stores in plastic to kind of preserve them for a few days, but if you want your produce to last your entire week, do not store them in plastic. That is what I have learned over the past few years, and it really helps the way that I store my produce. So I have relocated us closer to my fridge, which is currently being held open by my tea kettle, so I can show you guys how I put up some of my dairy products. I always like to keep my almond milk in the fridge door. Since it's not actual dairy, then it's not affected when the fridge opens and closes, so I can keep it there and it can stay out of my way. Same thing with my creamer, my oat milk creamer. No real dairy in there, so it can just hang out in the door. My eggs I like to keep on this top shelf here. I don't know if you can see that, but I will give you a closer view here in a moment. They can keep at the top so they can be crisp and good. My cheese stuffed olives, we will probably keep in this middle shelf. Since it does have some dairy in there, we want those to be kept as fresh as possible and not be affected with the door opening and closing so much. Same with all of these other things that are actual dairy products. One quick thing that I forgot to show you guys when I was putting up my dairy is how I store cheese that comes in a package. Usually cheese is wrapped in plastic of some sort. Well, I use these reusable sandwich bags to store anything that needs to be stored in like an airtight container. Usually doesn't need to be stored in plastic. So these silicone reusable bags do just fine, and I keep our cheese there and it stays fresh for about 7 days really. So now on to produce. Today I got a red onion, which I will just keep out here. I have this little wicker basket. I keep my onion, garlic, and ginger all in here until I cut into my onion, then I'll put it in the fridge. A lot of people don't put onions in the fridge and tell you that you need to keep them in your pantry, but it's just Andrew and I, and I'm not going to use an entire onion within a couple days. So if you're going to use your onion within a couple days, totally keep it in the pantry. If you're not, I would keep it in the fridge, and that'll last up to 7 days. I also got some avocados, which I keep in just a paper brown bag. So I also got this pineapple today. I'm actually using this pineapple tomorrow, so I'm just gonna set it on my counter. But if I were using this for more than just one day, I would probably dice it up and either freeze it or put it in the fridge in the crisp drawers to make sure it stays good and crisp when it's ready for use. So I also got some tomatoes on vine, and this is one of the few things that I actually just keep in packaging. If you guys know of a better way to store them, be my guest, comment below and let me know. I usually just store them on my counter in this packaging, and they stay good for up to like 4 or 5 days. Next thing, my baby spinach. This is also in packaging, and I do not know a better way to store this, so I just keep this in the packaging and put it on that bottom level in my fridge. Next, I have some cherries. These are kind of a weird fruit. They do not like moisture, and it encourages them to mold really quickly. So I actually just put them in a big bowl, and I don't wash them until I'm ready to use them. So for my strawberries, they have a similar kind of thing like the cherries. I have to store them in a bowl with a paper towel at the bottom to make sure there's no collected moisture and it doesn't mold quickly. These are recycled paper towels, so I have to use a couple because if not, they will just stay wet. So I also got some lemons and some limes, and I actually store these with my apples in the crisp drawers. We have wicker baskets to kind of keep us organized in the fridge and keep everything clean. So we'll just put those in the wicker baskets in the fridge. So with my bananas, I just keep them out on our counter. We usually eat them in a couple of days, so I don't have to worry about them rotting. But if I were planning to use these for a frozen smoothie or something like that, I would go ahead and chop it up and put it in the freezer. So bell peppers, they're gonna go in my fridge in those crisp drawers. I will actually put them on the other side next to the apples and lemons. I also got some blueberries, which I will treat similarly to the cherries and strawberries. I don't like to keep these in here because I feel like moisture just collects in these little containers. They don't do a really good job of letting the moisture kind of flow out. Although we weren't able to buy bulk fruits and veggies today, things that did come in packaging, we were able to find a recyclable label on them. So that means we can recycle all of these guys, which is just awesome. Our apartment has a recycling program, so that's great. But if your apartment or house or home situation does not have a recycling program, just Google things in your community. I'm sure there is a recycling program near you. I am almost done putting up the produce, and I have one more thing before I have some leafy vegetables that I need to prep. I have a mango here. It's pretty soft, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the fridge with the apples and lemons and limes. If this was firm and not yet ripe, I would keep it on the counter for a few days and let it get ripe and then put it in the fridge. But since it's already ripe, we'll put it in the fridge so that it's ready when I need to use it. So now on to the things that I have to prep before I just throw them in the fridge. So I have some carrots here, and for the carrots, I'm going to remove these bands that are kind of restricting their flow right now. I'm just gonna cut off the tops to keep them fresh for longer. for these carrots, I like to store them upright, so I'll put them in a glass container with some water to help keep them fresh longer. Pretty much anything that I buy that comes in a glass jar or container, I keep. That way I don't have to buy more containers or jars or anything like that. So it saves us money and time, saves us a whole lot. So I'm just gonna store these in here and I'll put them on the top shelf with everything in a moment. I also have some cilantro here, and I'm going to remove the bands again for this guy. We don't want to restrict our fruits or veggies. And these I'm not going to store with water because I don't want them to rot at the bottom, so I'll just store them in a little container, but no water. So I also got a cucumber and some baby zucchinis. These are actually the cutest little zucchinis. I think they were stunted, so that's sad, but they're super cute anyways. So we're gonna store these here in a moment. For my cucumber and zucchini, I store them very similar. I take a tea towel. So I just quickly wet these tea towels and then wrap them in them. This method has definitely worked for me, but if you guys know any other methods, be my guest, comment below. But I have found this works wonders. And you can even do a paper towel, a damp paper towel. Like I said, mine are recycled paper towels, so they just kind of rip really easily, but if you don't have recycled paper towels, I'm sure they will work just fine. So lastly, we have these beets. You guys are following me on Instagram, you know I love beets, so I always get beets with our shopping trip. Like the carrots, I'm gonna cut off the tops, but I'm not gonna throw these away because you can actually eat the beet leaves. They taste like greens, so super easy to cook and they're delicious. For the beets, I'm actually going to wash them. I don't usually wash anything else, but beets are really good if you wash them first and then put them in the crisp drawer. So I will just grab my little vegetable scrubber and then rinse them under the water and make them all clean. So now my beets are washed and I'm just going to dry them in this towel really quickly. I'll let them dry while I put up the other veggies. Alright my friends, thank you so much for tuning into this video and staying through all of the impromptu talk throughout this video. I really hope you enjoyed it or at least learned something, and if you liked it, make sure you subscribe to my page for more.